Released Israeli captives and Palestinian detainees. Why have their conditions drawn so much attention during the ceasefire and exchange deal? Israelis and Western media have accused Hamas of abuse and rape of the captives, but have remained silent on well-documented conditions, including rape and torture, of Palestinians detained by Israel. So let's take a look at some of the circumstances and conditions of the 30 Israeli captives who were released and the more than 2,000 Palestinian detainees freed, some of whom have been held for over 40 years in Israeli jails. The first group of Israeli captives released included 3 women freed by Hamas. They were quickly rushed into Red Cross vehicles and returned to Israel. They appeared only momentarily, looking exhausted with dark circles under their eyes, deprived of sunlight and significantly underweight after more than a year in Hamas's tunnels. Overwhelmed by the chaos and commotion surrounding their first public appearances, they were handed certificates of release and gift bags by Hamas, before being transferred with minimal publicity. Medical examinations in Israel confirmed they were in good health. In exchange, the release of the first group of 90 Palestinian detainees from Israeli prisons was delayed until late into the night by Israel. Celebrations were banned by both Israeli forces and the Palestinian Authority. The detainees consisted of 61 women, 20 men and 9 children, appearing exhausted, disheveled, aged, unwell and visibly mistreated as they stepped off the buses. Several Palestinian detainees explicitly reported being tortured, humiliated and starved in Israeli prisons, with visible evidence of the abuse. From the young to the old, many emerged in pain, limping and suffering from injuries including broken limbs.
طلعنا من الجحيم، ضرب، قمعات، غاز، تربيط في الشتوية على المي، بهدلة رسمي، السجن جحيم 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 جحيم.
وضع صعب يعني من بداية الحرب والوضع من أسوأ لأسوأ.
Each subsequent exchange followed a similar pattern. A few Israeli captives were released from Gaza in exchange for a large wave of Palestinian prisoners freed from Israeli jails. The Israeli captives varied in their physical and emotional states, but most appeared pale, very thin and blunt in their expressions. Israeli soldiers have repeatedly filmed themselves abusing Palestinians and boasting about Gaza's destruction over the past 15 months. Systematic abuse in Israeli prisons has been widely documented, with human rights organizations and former detainees reporting extensive torture in facilities where every inmate is deliberately subjected to harsh, relentless pain and suffering. Israeli human rights organization B'Tselem has called Israel's prison system a network of torture camps in a report titled "Welcome to Hell."